Unlocking your potential as a leader starts with enhancing your emotional intelligence. In this video, I'll share 10 transformative strategies that will not only elevate your leadership skills but also foster a more connected and productive team environment. From mastering the art of active listening to embracing vulnerability, these techniques will empower you to lead with empathy and insight. Join me as we explore how to become a more emotionally intelligent leader and inspire those around you. 1. Listen twice as much as you speak. My grandma always used to tell me, "You have 2 ears and 1 mouth, and this is the ratio in which we should use them." When we listen, we show people that they are valued. It gives them a chance to get grievances off their chests, which might otherwise impact their productivity. We don't always have to do something, and often just listening is enough. Also, when we listen, we can learn a lot. Remember, our teams are much closer to the action than we are and can often have valuable information. 2. Respond rather than react. There is a subtle but paramount difference between reacting and responding. Reacting is when we unconsciously experience an emotional trigger and behave in an unconscious way that causes us to express or relieve that emotion. This may cause us to chastise someone because we are irritated that we have been interrupted. However, when we respond, we notice how we are feeling, and we consciously decide how we will respond. In the case of the interruption, we could politely let them know we are busy and to come back in 10 or 15 minutes. We don't want to let our emotions control all our interactions. 3. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. The more we understand the perspective of others, the easier it will be for us to understand any resistance or issues that they will have. It allows us to be more sensitive to their needs. That doesn't always mean that we need to give in to them, often this is not possible. But when we understand other people's positions, it can help us communicate in a much more empathetic manner that will help us get better results. 4. Apologize directly if you are at fault. Nothing helps build trust and rapport quicker than owning up to our mistakes and apologizing. Too often, people look to blame others, but this destroys trust and relationships. If it's your fault, admit it, apologize, and move on. 5. Don't interrupt or change the subject. When we have difficult conversations, or we discuss difficult topics, these can unveil uncomfortable feelings within us. When that happens, we may want to change the subject to avoid these feelings. Don't do that. Stay with conversation, listen, feel the emotion, but try not to let it control you. I know it's not easy, but it does become easier with practice. 6. Be vulnerable. Leaders don't have to be Superman or Superwoman for that matter. When we show vulnerability, it allows us to make better connections with people. We have all made mistakes or have failing, don't look to hide them. Own them, share them, people will respect you more for it. 7. Empathize with others. Empathy is about understanding why someone feels or behaves in a certain way, and being able to communicate that understanding to them. To better understand empathy, we must first understand our feelings and why we react the way we do. Start to increase this understand by noticing the way you feel and asking yourself, why do I feel this way? Or what triggered this feeling? The more we understand our emotional responses, the better we will be able to comprehend and deal with others more empathetically. 8. Create a positive environment. We can create a more positive environment just by smiling more. When we smile, we release endorphins that make us feel less stressed and more relaxed. Smiling is contagious. When we smile at someone, it encourages them to smile back, which then makes them feel less stressed and more relaxed. A happy environment not only has positive health benefits for everyone, but happy people are productive people. 9. Ask, don't tell. No one likes being told what to do. Everyone knows you're the boss, so when you ask people to do something, they are not likely to refuse. When we ask people, we show them respect. It also changes the tone in which we ask. When we tell people, it's much more like a command, and no one wants to be commanded. 10. Praise more. While it's true that flattery will not get you everywhere, praising people when they do a good job certainly does. We all crave recognition, and what we recognize gets repeated. So be aware of what's going on around you and look to praise people you see doing a good job. It's also good for us to understand the individual needs. Some people like to be praised in private, others in public. The more in tune our praise is to the individual's need, the more impactful it will be. Thank you for joining me in exploring these 10 ways to improve your emotional intelligence and become a better leader. By integrating these strategies into your daily interactions, you can foster a more empathetic and productive work environment. Remember, great leadership starts with understanding yourself and those around you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.